And we have begun. Good evening, everyone. Okay, avid. No video this week. Um, the subject of the live stream is bucket list, and I couldn't think of anything to do for a video for bucket list. And when I did any kind of a search for bucket list, all that kept coming up was the movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. And Morgan Freeman and Jack. There it goes on my phone. And that movie, I didn't realize until I saw all the clips how freaking depressing that movie was. It was awful. Anyways, I guess there's a reason why it's a bucket list movie, but anyway. All right, so Fatima is here. Cookie brought her kale. Cookie, don't encourage her. It's going to be a very long week next week. I can tell you that. Cookie's here. William is here. Tomorrow, Fatima's van is going for a checkup, and you will not have wheels or money. Oh, I hear you there. Sonia is here, of course. Push the button. Yes, I did push the button. Rob has a question in relation to circles. Is Sonia making fun of my circles? Did she tell you that she didn't even see the circles? Did she tell you that I'm going to have to bring a lens kit so that we can test her glasses? Caesar, see, it never fails. As soon as I get on, the dog starts barking. Caesar, can you go lay down? Oh, and Cookie's already... Yeah, that was a depressing movie, right, William? West Virginia and Silver Falls State Park are on my bucket list, says Cookie. Circles were needed because I wanted you to pick which of the big yellow lots. Do you want the north lot or the west lot? And you still didn't answer me. So apparently circles were not needed because I was just asking nothing. No, Fatima, I don't need a cat, and don't let Guylaine see that. Caesar, be quiet. Anyways, the next thing on my bucket list is M23. So that is up and coming. I know we talked to Dawn and Charity. Rob, you missed. Dawn and Charity did their first live stream and you missed it. Hey, there's Charity. Speak of the devil. And Rob missed it. So, I don't know. The east lot has hookups? What? No, it doesn't. And we can't stay in the east lot. It's the north lot or the west lot. You were on the phone with Rob, so you couldn't see the circles. That's your excuse. Okay. Whatever you say. So yes, next week, this will be happening live from the RVMH Hall of Fame. And oh, Charity, you didn't call Rob. Well, you have to call Rob if you want him on your live stream. And you oh, and Guylaine's here. Hello. And you have to pay his fee, his appearance fee. So, anyways, what I had asked Fatima was I sent Sonia a picture of the parking lot at the Hall of Fame with it's the parking lot is color coded where we're allowed to park, and there is 2 parking for RVs. There is a north parking lot and an east park or a west parking lot. And I circled, and no, Fatima, stop that. You don't need a cat. Don't listen to Fatima. And my question was, which one do you want to stay at? Because I'm going to get there first, more than likely. So I will go to whichever lot everybody wants to stay in, and Sonia has everybody's number, so she can just tell everybody where to meet us. I thought that was the simplest plan. I didn't realize it was going to be so difficult to see circles. But anyways, all right. Rob is too much work. Oh no, Charity. For what he brings, he's worth the appearance fee, guaranteed. So anyways, This live is going to happen next week from that parking lot, whether it be the north lot or the west lot that is still up in the air. I'm just going to pick one. You guys are all just going to have to find me. That's what it's going to be. Well, it's overnight parking, Fatima. So I don't think it matters what vehicle that you're in. And Sonia had a good point that if the, who could ever see blue and red against yellow? You might want to have a Schirmer test to see if you're colorblind or not. And hi, girl driver. The issue is where we're staying in the parking lot at the Hall of Fame. And the other issue is whether or not Sonia's glasses work. Yeah, well, if there's nobody there, I don't know if we're allowed or if we're going to get in trouble the next day, but there's a big parking lot, the big pink one that's on the map. It's huge, and we could do like a circle, do like a caravan. No, you won't get lost, Fatima. I don't think it's like at this time of year, I don't think it's going to be very busy. And if you just have to look at the logo right in the top corner, and you can see what my truck and my trailer look like. And no, there will be no communal firing. Well, I would say that you're more in the beginnings of blue-red color blindness because you couldn't see the blue or red circle. So, do we have a plan B? No. The debate. Oh, my music's too loud, Glenn says. Just a smidge. Yeah, that's fine. What the issue is that there is a north parking lot and there is a west parking lot. Both are overnight camping. And we're just trying to figure out which one that we're going to meet in. But apparently this is very complicated. I think the west. Why do I keep saying the east? The west parking lot, you can't see the entrance. There's an event center there. And there's a KOA 15 minutes down the road. I did call the Hall of Fame, and it is a Harvest Host location, but they said we don't have to. If we're going to the museum, we don't have to have a Harvest Host membership. So, hi, Sue. We are allowed to stay in the parking lot overnight, so not a big deal. And we are all going to the museum the next morning, so should be fine. The museum opens at 9, so I'm hoping to get in there when they open. And I don't know, we're all leaving together, so I guess it doesn't really matter what time we leave and what time we get there. We all know that Sonia needs her nap when she gets there, so we don't want to get there too late. Larger lot. Rob, okay, hold on. Let's. There is a very large lot there, but we're not supposed to park in it. Hold on here. Let me get into here. Where the heck is the map? And in case you weren't sure, the tickets are $20 for adults, $15 for seniors. So Jim gets a break. And before you give me a hassle about that, they consider seniors to be 60 and over. So it could have been worse. I could have said children 5 and under are free, so Jim gets in for free. And I didn't say that. So where the heck is the... Now I can't even find the map. Oh, here we go. Okay. So let's do this then. Let's go here and let's go share screen. Oh, you said okay. I didn't see that part. I thought that you were telling me to, there we go. So yes, the west lot is the larger of the two lots, but you can't see the front of the Hall of Fame. So I thought the other lot would be cooler, but it's also the one that's closer to the highway. Now, if we could get into the event parking, that would give us the most room, but I think they want us to park into the two yellow RV parking. So you want to go in the bigger of the two. So let's go and share screen there. Where is my map? Where is my map? Get out of there. Okay, and we go here. No, there are no adults here. That I think we know for sure. Google Maps. Boom, there we go. So I don't know if you can see my mouse, but the north lot here, I mean, we can, you know, somebody can park here, somebody can park here, somebody can park here, and we can kind of like have a circle. And you can see the front of the museum from there. Whereas over here, they do have the larger RV sites, but we're going to absolutely have to go side by side there. So I don't know. I'm thinking if it's not busy, and you know, somebody can park facing one way here, somebody can face parking one way there, and we can kind of make like a circle and just, I don't know. And share screen. There we go. Okay. Let me get caught up. So I don't know. We'll follow the yellow brick road to a group of RVs. Well, there you go. Hey, Don. Sorry, I'm a little behind in the chat. William is dropping his teardrop with family if all goes well with mom. Is there somewhere to park my truck just to visit? Are you talking about the Hall of Fame, or are you talking about Lake of Dreams? Because Hall of Fame, you can park wherever. If you're staying overnight, you can park in the overnight parking, or you can park in the event parking, or you can just come and hang out. If you're talking about Lake of Dreams, I would imagine that they will let you park at the entrance and somebody can go and get you. Don figured out how to swap his camera around. Can you do it during the live stream, Don, or do you have to do it before? I'm not concerned with walking, Sonia. I just thought it'd be a better view of the. We can walk. And Charity can use a trail of glitter to find her way back. Everyone says hello, but I don't even know if you're here. She's not here anymore. She's upstairs, so hopefully she's on her phone. Yes, Gord is fired from event organization. That is a good plan. So, hey, Daryl. There's no cornfield to get lost. This is true. Thanks for the thumbs up, William. Will we need a generator? That's a good question. I'm running bare bones. My electrical problems are still not fixed. It's a lot more serious than we thought. We don't know what's going on with it. I'm probably going to have to take the skirt off the bottom of the trailer and see if there's a junction box or something, because there's power at the breaker, and that's where the power ends. There's power in the line leaving the breaker, and there's no power in any of the plugs. So it's that line has to be broken or came loose or something somewhere. So it's not in good shape. I don't know what the weather's going to be. Probably something we should look up. For me, I'm not too worried about it. I have a 400 watt Blue Yeti that I'm just going to be using and that has a 12 volt charger, so I can charge that in the truck. It has a 12 volt on it, two 110s and 4 USBs, so I'm fine with that. I just need a little bit of light, and with everything in the trailer's LED, so I'm sure that I'm not going to run out. I have very limited stuff in the fridge, and I have coolers, so but yeah, I might want to check the weather for Elkhart before. Do you have a generator? Yeah, Sue, I thought that we would, if it's not busy, I thought we would park in a circle in the parking lot. I'm going to be doing the live stream, so everybody's going to be sitting around. Hopefully everybody's going to be part of it. I'm going to have 2 cameras set up, so whoever wants to come on can come on. I don't think we're expecting to be attacked. Hey, Phil, thanks for joining us. I'm really behind in the chat. There is a junction box there, but I'm not sure if it's for everything. And we pulled out the entire control panel and looked at, and the wires just disappear into the floor. So I don't know that we're even going to have access to them, or if we're going to have to run new wiring. It's a much bigger job than what I initially assumed. But that being said, I still have plugs. It's just the 5 plugs on the GFCI circuit that aren't working, which includes my outdoor plug, but I can easily run an extension cord outside. So I'm really not worried about it. It's not, it is what it is. Fatima has a Jackery, so she's going to be okay. Trade it in for a new one. Well, yeah, I wanted to trade it in for a new one after that short that I did with that Spider. Am I sure I don't have a ground fault plug somewhere? If that one trips, sometimes it would take multiple plugs out. It is that circuit, Don, and we have replaced the GFCI. I did check to make sure that I had the load and the line set up properly, and we tried a new breaker, but there is power at the breaker, and we tested the breaker after it was out, and it's fine. The only thing that I could see, if it's a short or not, the outside plug, I did take it off. I didn't want to take it off because of all the silicone, but I took it off. And I think I had talked about this before. The RV plugs, everybody says hi. Glenn says hi, everyone. The outside plug, the RV plugs don't have screws. Okay, they have the wire fits inside like a splice, and it cuts into the sheathing on the wiring, and the connection makes contact and relays the signal. But the outside plug actually has 2 wires coming in and 1 wire coming out, and there's not really room for 3 wires in there. It's really tight. I may try putting a regular plug on there and with screws, and seeing how that works, because I don't see how this thing is. Anyways, if anybody has any ideas, I have tools. So if anybody wants to look at it, you are more than welcome to. Yes, Cookie, this is next Wednesday night, but we are going to be at 6 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. because we're going to do it outside, and we want it to be light. So it's usually getting dark by 7. I have this light, that light there, and it works fine for one person. But if anybody wants to come on, I don't have another. Well, I guess I have the purple light behind me. I can just bring that and change it to white. The junction plugs for everything. Okay, well, I guess I'll take that apart and have a look at it, because maybe it's in there. What size extension cord do you need at the campground? You will likely just need, well, are you talking about length or the type of end? Because most pedestals will have just a regular plug on there. So you should be fine with that. If not, I'm sure that we can get you set up. Hey, Tanya. I was going to send you a reminder, but I wasn't sure if you were working or not. So Cookie may show up at M23. I think you said that you would, if you were going, you would only be on Saturday. So I'm gonna miss you for that one, but at some point we're gonna meet up. Hey Carol. What did Fatima say? Type of end engage. Just a regular extension cord. Almost all the power pedestals have a regular 20 amp plug, so you should be fine with that. Worst case scenario, you can borrow my Blue Yeti. It's 400 watts. We can run an extension from my trailer, Sonia's trailer, or whatever. We'll get you set up. So, now that we have M23 out of the way, and I still don't know where we're staying, but anyways, so 6 o'clock next Wednesday with special guests. Everything is safe to go with the electric. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it. I just shut the breaker off. If there is a loose wire or something, I think the wire overheated and broke or melted or something. Like I said, we had one circuit that was running a 1500 watt air conditioner and an 1800 watt air fryer at the same time. The chances that overheated and broke the wire, pretty good chance. Okay, you're going to the big lot. Okay. So, given I thought it would be a good idea to discuss bucket lists. And I thought that would be fun too. Do you have a bucket list? Is there, Gillian and I have always had a bucket list. And when we got our first trailer, we wrote a bucket list of all the places that we wanted to go. And then I lost the bucket list. I found it years later, and we probably found it 8 years after we bought our first trailer and realized that we had been to everywhere on the bucket list. So that was, by writing it down, we made it happen. And we still have a very extensive bucket list. Yes, Tanya's bucket list has always included Ireland. I know that. It's in the bucket, in the blender. But yeah, I mean, travel bucket list, whatever other bucket list that you have. If you have things that you want to do before you kick the bucket. We kind of break it down into, stuff that's close to home, stuff that we can do quickly, stuff that might take a little more time, international travel, which includes the States for us because we are in Canada, so we have international written as the US. Although we have national parks separate because there are Canadian national parks on there too. Coastal. We have a lot of stuff on here. Girl drivers living her bucket list. You think you need a new bucket list? Well, there you go. Back to Guam forever. You want to move to Guam? Alaska's on Phil's bucket list. Up the Alaskan Highway, BC, Yukon. Alaska is also on our bucket list. Twice. I think first thing that I want to do is an Alaskan cruise, as much as I love RVing, and I think I want to see Alaska by cruise first. The only way that I would do Alaska in an RV, I've always wanted to do Alaska in a truck camper. I think that would be amazing. But I don't know that that's ever going to happen. It's on the bucket list, but truck camper is not so much on the bucket list. I think we'd have to rent one. Well, Girl Driver's been to Ireland several times. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I know lots of people who've been, and they say it's absolutely amazing. Carol hopes that M23 will be on YouTube so we can see you all. Well, we're going to kick it off with pre-M23 with a live stream next Wednesday night at 6 from the Hall of Fame, where a bunch of us are meeting up. And Sonia, I believe, Garden State Paint is doing a live stream Thursday night. And Robert's doing a live stream Friday night. Sonia, I think, said that she was doing her live stream Friday night as well. There's karaoke on Friday night. I don't know that anybody's going to live stream that because it's just going to be a copy. You're just going to get strikes everywhere. So Sonia will be doing her DJ gig privately on Saturday night. I won't be there. I assume Sonia will be doing a drive stream at some point. Maybe drive stream the caravan. That'd be fun. I would watch that. Machu Picchu. I can never say that. Is that on anyone's bucket list? It's not on mine, but we do want to travel a lot, and not just in the RV. I mean, we want 90% of the travel to be in the trailer, but it's not. It's not. Guylaine wants to travel more by plane than I do, but we do have, like, for international travel. One of the biggest check boxes on our bucket list is New Zealand, and we want to go to New Zealand and rent a small Class C and do New Zealand that way. And the price is ridiculous. The price is what's holding us back, and the fact that we'd be away for a very long time. That is a 3 to 4 week minimum, 6 weeks ideally, but 4 weeks for sure. And we can't do that we still have, kids in high school, so not ready to be gone for that long. Phil loves castle architecture. So Ireland, Scotland, Wales are on the bucket list, including the fragrant haggis. I don't know about that, Phil. I don't know about that. Sue went to Ireland. It's amazing. Rented a car and drove across Ireland on the other side of the road. Yeah, that actually sounds like fun. Also on our international list, never been to Italy. Did want to do Italy. Guylaine's been to Paris. She's been to London. I would go. It's not at the top of my list. I went to Prague when Alex was playing hockey, my oldest. He represented Canada in a tournament in Prague, and we landed in Frankfurt and toured Germany, went to Austria before heading. They kind of acclimatized and did tournament games and whatnot, and before heading to Prague. And Prague was probably one of my favorite cities. I absolutely loved it, and Guylaine missed it because she had to stay home and take care of the rest of the kids, and that was a great opportunity for Alex and I. And I want to bring Guylaine back there because Prague is just fantastic. Phil is down for kale and octopus wieners. Well, chances are you are going to see some octopus wieners within the next week. You're probably going to see kale as well, but it's likely to be on fire. Just saying. Been to the Caribbean a few times, and we were actually in Cuba when COVID hit. So that's interesting. That was our last trip to the Caribbean. I don't know that I want to do that again. And Cuba is amazing. Why was today Taco Wednesday? Today wasn't Taco Wednesday. It was Stir Fry Wednesday. Charity, I'll show you what octopus wiener. You take a wiener and you put it on the stick and you cut the bottom in 4. I know an octopus has 8 arms. You can't cut it in 8. It's too small. But you cut the bottom of the wiener lengthwise into 4. And then when you roast it on the fire, the ends curl up and they look like little tentacles. Wow, Sue spent a month on a trip to England, Ireland, and 10 countries on a bus tour. Wow, that sounds amazing. Oh, dentist tomorrow after work, so no Taco Thursday. Gotcha. Iceland is on our list, which is that one. I don't know if we would do that by RV or if we would just rent a car. I do need to do more research on that. We haven't really looked at it that closely, but it is definitely on the list. Alaska, again, a cruiser or camper van. Chapel Beach in Michigan with the Sleeping Bear Dunes and Mackinac Island. Mackinac Island. Why do you say Mackinac, but you spell it Mackinac? I don't get that. But we're not even going to talk about how you spell pasties. But Donna and Charity have been to the Bahamas. Yes, Gord has never had s'mores. It was not a thing. You know what? We, from what I remember, we couldn't get graham crackers. And I think that's why we didn't have s'mores. And I bought a kit for the kids, and with different flavor, like Hershey's chocolate and Aero chocolate. I know you guys don't have Aero bars in the States, but the kids made it. And when they made it, I was on keto, so I didn't want any anyways. And then when I saw what a mess it made, I do not like gooey or messy. And so it was a hard pass for me. So I am fired, but apparently I am trying s'mores next week. So we'll see how that goes. They're going to force feed me s'mores, and we'll either do it as a live or as a short. It'll get posted somewhere, I'm sure. Not like everybody there has a camera. Don't do anything at M23 that you don't want to get out. Is Jeff here? I didn't see Jeff come in. Did Jeff sneak in? I don't see him. If you're here, Jeff, hello. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Phil's saying that Jeff hasn't had s'mores either. That's right. And neither has Phil. Oh, Carol, they always pick on me, and it's fine. I have tough skin. I have thick skin. I pick on myself more than anybody picks on me anyways. So yeah, I'm going to try s'mores. What happens in Indiana stays in Indiana. Hopefully when we get there, the parking lots aren't blocked by giant circles. But anyways, national parks, I think, goes without saying. I've never been to an American national park. Have I? No, I don't think I have. I've been to national sites. We've been to the Wright Brothers Memorial. We've been to a couple of national forests. Pasties sounds like pasties. A yummy handheld meat and potato in a crust dish. Pasties are something, pasties are something that someone wears. Exactly. But are they not spelt the same way? They're spelt the same way. Well, see, Girl Driver says s'mores don't sound good at all. Girl Driver, have you had s'mores? Or are you with me and Phil and Jeff? I would have soft skin if I eat kale, and that's why I don't eat it. Thank you for that clarification, Rob. Phil's still in therapy from being picked on Sonia's last live stream. Well, I've got a year in, Phil, so I'm kind of used to it. Yeah, I sure hope I get to go to the Grand Canyon too. One of the things that is on our bucket list, and it's kind of already being planned, is I want to take the truck and the trailer and do Route 66. The plan is to leave in November of 2025 and go for about 2 weeks, get to Flagstaff, leave the truck and the trailer there and fly home, and then go back in about a month or two and continue all the way to San Diego. So with the trailer in Flagstaff, I'm hoping to do Grand Canyon, Mesa Verde, Sedona. And so, yeah, that would be amazing. Cookie highly recommends Rainier. Actually, now that you mention it, we did when we went to Girl Drivers in the Never Had S'mores Club. There you go. There you go. Oh, and Charity and Don are going to Mackinac Island after M23. Very cool. Yeah, Cookie, we went to Olympic State Park, or Olympic National Park, in our series where we went to the West Coast, where we did Vancouver and Whistler and Victoria, Vancouver Island. And we took the ferry from Victoria to Port Angeles. And we only had 1 day in Washington State. And we drove to Ruby Beach. We really wanted to see Ruby Beach. We wanted to go to the Hoh Rainforest, and we just didn't have enough time. We had to pick between the rainforest and Hurricane Ridge, and I really wanted to see Hurricane Ridge. And we skipped the rainforest, and after about an hour and a half of driving, 2 hours of driving, we get up to Hurricane Ridge, and we get up to one of the gates, and there's a ranger at the gate, and the road is closed. They had gotten 6 feet of snow the week before. So we missed both. We missed Hurricane Ridge and we missed the rainforest. And we spent the night in Port Townsend and took a ferry back to, what is that island? I forget the name of the island. Deception Pass is there in Deception State Park, and we it was Earth Day, so we got to go to the state park for free, and we checked out all of that, and then drove across the border to Vancouver. And we got pulled over at the border because we had just gone over for a drive, and they found that was very suspicious. We hadn't bought anything. We were in a rented car, and we just crossed the border for a day. So of course we got pulled over, and they took the dogs out. But anyways, it was a good story. Those are good videos. If you haven't seen those, go back and watch those. Those are a lot of fun. I wanted to meet up with Daryl, but we just didn't have time. And I wanted to do my first live stream. I remember trying to get 50 subscribers so that I could do my first live stream over there from on YouTube, not realizing I could use StreamYards or Streamlab or Melon, whatever this is called now. And I chickened out. I got my 50 subscribers, but I didn't do my live stream. So anyways, that was a lot of fun too. Don and Charity have done a section of the 66 in Oklahoma. Very cool. No, don't eat kale. It's bad for you. Yes, this is true, Carol. It's very bad for you. Don't eat kale. Yeah, there are a lot of amazing things to see in Arizona. At some point, I would like to have a truck and a trailer just out there and just leave it there and then just fly to it. And it's too far from where we are. Yellowstone is definitely high on our list for next year. If not next year, the year after. And Google time is 40 hours to drive there. So, that's like, you're talking 4 or 5, 10-hour days minimum. Listen, I don't have an issue so much with kale, with the way it tastes. It's that you can chew it for 10 hours and it doesn't break down. We used to put it in the blender, in the Vitamix, and even the Vitamix couldn't break it down. Don did a whole year in Phoenix, Arizona, and did not get a chance to go to the Grand Canyon. Oh my goodness. You got to get there. There's a national park in Indiana, only about an hour from the RV Hall of Fame. Maybe I should check that out. I still have my America the Beautiful pass. Rob is planning a Route 66 trip on a bike from the same year I was born. I will, of course, stop to take photos and plant kale. That is very cool. Yeah, Phil wants to do Yellowstone and Glacier. I have it mapped out for a 16-day trip. That includes both. The one thing that scared me with Glacier is the timed entries for, you need passes to do the going to the Sun Road and everything. And it looks crazy. We're going to try and get a campsite that's close to Glacier and try to go in before the timed entry. Girl driver made Brussels sprouts and fed them to her dog, and she is probably going to regret that. Yeah, I would think so. Hopefully wherever you're boondocking, they have easy access to outside. I just realized that I did not plug my laptop in, and it's telling me that it's about to die, so I should probably plug it in. That would be a good idea. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Brussels sprouts, but I'm 100% sure that if Tanya's here, she's going to chime in because she likes Brussels sprouts. She's weird. I don't know. You still here, Tanya? She used to always try and convince me to eat Brussels sprouts. It's just like, no. No Brussels sprouts, no kale. There we go. And we're charging. Perfect. I will enjoy plugging things in while I can, because we will be 2 days boondocking next week with no electricity whatsoever. Well, I have my solar, but it's not gonna do a heck of a lot. Yeah, I'm all about the low-carb coniferous vegetables, except for kale and Brussels sprouts. Although Brussels sprouts don't taste as bad as they did when we were a kid. I think they've been genetically modified to not be as bitter, but Fatima loves Brussels sprouts as well. And yeah, there's Tanya with her Brussels sprouts. I would hope that he meant a motorcycle cookie. I don't think he's going to take a 10-speed down Route 66. Although you never know with Rob, anything is possible, right? Charity and Don will be their first time boondocking. Are you boondocking on the way or just at the Hall of Fame? It's going to be my first official time boondocking. It's the first time that I'm not going to be concerned about anything because I'm alone. Gillian can't come. And so I'm going to be alone in the trailer, and I don't need a lot of resources. So I'm boondocking the Tuesday night at the Walmart in Sarnia and at the Hall of Fame the next night. So just at the Hall of Fame. Okay. You guys should be fine. You won't even attempt a s'more. Wow. That's harsh. Yeah, run what you need. Lights off when you're not using them. If you have any kind of a battery bank or anything, I have 3. I think they're in the other room. I have 3 little chargers with 4 USB plugs in them. I think they're 26,000 milliamps. I hit a button. What happened? What did I miss? What did I do? Am I muted? I don't think so. William wants to know what was for dinner. It's spaghetti and meatballs with garlic bread. We had stir fry. We had chicken stir fry. What button did I hit? What did I do? I'm so confused. Yeah, battery-powered stuff always works. We were doing a wedding show, and we wanted to do a slideshow on our computer, and yes, I will miss Glenn. So there may be lonely sobbing. Yes. Carol had fried chicken and mac cheese. No, my flag has not shown up yet. I sent them an email right before I got on, so we'll see what's going on with that. I did get some other stuff that I ordered, but that didn't come yet. Anyways, we're doing a wedding show, and to put power to our booth, they wanted $99. I said, okay, well, $99 is not the end of the world. And so we ordered the power, and the electrical box itself was $99, but it was $250 for an electrician to set up the extension cord. And it had, because it's a union building, it has to be an electrician that sets it up. So I canceled it, and I ordered a 400 watt battery pack on Amazon, and I think it was 300. So it was actually cheaper than it would have cost me. And that ran our computer doing a slideshow for 5 hours straight without any problems. So it lives in the trailer. It has I can charge it 12 volts, so I can charge it in the truck, so I can use it to plug in all my stuff while I'm boondocking, and then charge it up the next day in the truck. So between that and the smaller banks that I have, I'll be fine. Wow, Fatima, are you suggesting that while I'm away that my wife goes behind my back and gets a cat? You know, I thought we were friends, but between this and the kale, I'm not so sure anymore. Brussels sprouts split in half, tossed with olive oil, garlic powder, bay herbs, or fresh garlic puree, maybe a drizzle of white wine or lemon juice, and roasted till slightly caramelized. I mean, it doesn't sound awful, but it's still Brussels sprouts at the end of the day. It sounds like a lot of work, though, for Brussels sprouts. I mean, if they're that good, why do you need to do that much stuff to them? Just saying. Also on our bucket list, Gord's wife is not getting a new cat. Everybody's saying you should get a cat while I'm gone. No, we're not getting a cat. Another thing on our bucket list, moving past the cat, Glenn and I want to do, there's a company that does rafting tours. Oh, God. All right. We're going to have to stop doing these lives. There is a company that does rafting on the Colorado River near the Grand Canyon. And it's 3 days in. And you're rafting and camping right on the side of the river. They supply all the food and everything. It looks absolutely amazing. So that is definitely on our bucket list. We have some friends who want to do that with us. As I told you last week, I have every intention of doing my kayak tour from Kingston up the Rideau Canal all the way to Ottawa, going from the St. Lawrence River to the Ottawa River, probably an 8 to 10 day tour. Yeah, it might be divorce court, Carol. That would be good content. Yes, it is by Lee's Ferry. Yeah, exactly. Oh, whitewater rafted on the Cheat River near West Virginia, near class 4 or 5. So we've done, my oldest son and I have done whitewater rafting on the Ottawa River, and I couldn't tell you what class of rapids they were, but I do know that the rapids that we have here, this is a whitewater region, and that people come from all over the world to raft on the Ottawa River. So it's very neat. It is, and you're going to ask me in miles, and I don't know. It is 212 kilometers, I believe, from Kingston to Ottawa by water. So that is, it's going to be quite a tour. I found out, I was doing some research today and found out that there's several campsites along the way. And if you are just tenting, that they will let you stay at the locks. So it's a system of locks. It's a historical site. These locks, this canal was built in the 1800s, and it is a national historical site. And I don't think you're supposed to give your cat a bath, Phil. That's not good. But it has a series of locks on it, and you can get in the locks. You can portage around the locks, which is probably what we're going to do. The locks just take too much time. But there's campsites right at the locks where if you're just throwing up a tent for the night, they will let you stay there for free. There's facilities. A lot of them are near little towns with restaurants and stuff. So we figure we can do it in 8 or 9 days. And I'm probably going to order one of those tree hammocks. So we'll do that. Girl driver is thinking doing the Outer Banks on the way to Michigan. You might want to check the weather. I have not gotten an update yet today on Hurricane Lee, but I imagine that the Outer Banks is not going to be in very good shape. Tanya says the rapids on the Ottawa River are class 3 to 5. Yeah, it's, I believe it. They have one called the Bus that we went over, and it's called the Bus because it is the size of a bus. It is just wicked. So yeah, that is pretty much most of the things on our list. East Coast, where we want to do the Maritimes again. That's probably going to happen next year. And I have been to the Sault Locks. When I was younger, I played in a lot of hockey tournaments in Sault Ste. Marie. And so, yes, I've not gone through them, but I've definitely been to visit them. All right, now we have some John Denver going on in the chat. Great singer, terrible pilot. But the Maritimes is going to depend on Hurricane Lee. Which, yeah, Tanya's out that way. So I'm sure Tanya's keeping a pretty close eye on it. I can tell you that, Girl Driver, we went to the Outer Banks last summer. And you go on my channel and go back and watch those videos. There is a front-end loader whose sole purpose is to rebuild the sandbanks to keep the ocean off of the road. We had to wait for him to kind of clear some of the water off the road. It is so low. They built a new bypass because there was so much water on the road. They've rebuilt the road so many times that they've just given up. So now they've built a bypass over the ocean and to try to stop redoing the highway every 5 years. I look like a Canadian hockey player? Not anymore. An old Canadian hockey player, maybe. But yeah, we had, I played a lot of hockey. My dad played to a pretty high level, and some of my kids played to a pretty high level. So there was a lot of hockey in this house, and it is now done. So, but yeah. So one of the things that was on our previous bucket list was Sanibel Island, and Hurricane Ian pretty much wiped out Sanibel Island. And so Yes, we will be going back to the East Coast, William. We will be back in New Jersey. It doesn't matter where we go. We find that Jersey has some of the nicest beaches. It really does. North Wildwood has to be our second favorite beach on the East Coast so far. Our favorite being Ocracoke Beach on Ocracoke Island. It's too hard to get to with the ferry system, but man, it is very wild. I have all my teeth filled because I was a goalie, so I always had a cage. You could sing Heart like you did last Saturday, and it would be in the chat, so it would probably be fine. Of course, I could just send you a link, and you could do it that way too. You could just come up and sing it. But yeah, check out the Outer Banks video. I have a bunch. Lance, Boondocking with Boomer, has a bunch. He was there either right before or right after we were. I can't remember which one. I do need to make it to the South Charity. We'll talk at M23. We may be going south next year. Oh, Phil, see, now you got Phil hooked on Heart. Right, Carol would like to go back. Go back where? Where did Cookie say they were? I missed Cookie's comment. Chat's going too fast for me. I don't know how any of you people do this with all these people. Blackwater Falls. I don't even know where Blackwater Falls is. Mobile used to have a hockey team. Been to a couple games. Fun to watch, just not on TV. TV takes a lot away from hockey. It's and I was a goalie my whole life. I tried to play out a little bit, and I was not very good out. I was a much better goalie. And I got used to watching a hockey game going this way, and on TV you watch a hockey game going this way, and I can't watch it at all. When my kids played, the parents would all go sit in the stands because that's like watching it on TV, and I would stand on the boards behind the goalie. So, and if we will occasionally go see an NHL game, or we'll go see a junior game here, and I always get seats behind the net. That's just me, and as high up as possible, because the higher up you are, the better you can see the plays breaking out. If you want to see the players up close, get down close to the glass, but it's not the same experience as up high. Of course, if you can get behind the net, that's fun because you got the slap shots coming off the glass right in front of you, and it scares the hell out of you. But anyways, and then the last thing. Oh no, that is not the last thing. God, it's 9 o'clock. I got to start wrapping this up. We missed random thoughts and everything this week. So yeah, Maritimes. We'd like to get out there, depending on what Hurricane Lee does to it. Sanibel Island is still on the bucket list, but it'll have to be future because they're still rebuilding. Yeah, we'd like to do Cape Breton and Peggy's Cove. We've been to the Maritimes, but we've always wanted to go back. So as well, Gaspé is on our list, but Gaspé is northern Quebec, and it's a little out of the way of everything. And the West Coast, California coast, and the Redwoods, that is likely in the works for next spring. Destin and the Emerald Coast, possibly next summer. Sonia has a question. The answer is 7. And as well, I have on my list meetups. M23, M24, Quartzsite. Like to do Quartzsite at least once. If we do Route 66, may do Quartzsite in February. I don't know how to get to Sesame Street. You'll have to ask Fatima. Last time I checked, she was the only one who knew. I would like to do RV shows, go to Tampa and Hershey. I would have liked to have gone to the Tampa RV show. I had planned to go last January. My parents had a place in Dunedin, which is about an hour north of Tampa. And so we were going to go spend time with them. But there was just too much going on, and we didn't get to the RV show. But I'd like to do it at least once. Hershey's on now, and I'd like to go to the Hershey show at some point as well. And as well, a lot of YouTubers do meetups. I had mentioned last time that Mark and Trish from Keep Your Daydream were in Ottawa not too long ago. I think that would have been a fun event just to go and meet them. But yeah, so that's kind of a very long, very short summary of some of the stuff on our bucket list. Tampa RV show is on Charity's bucket list as well. Well, you're close enough. You should go. That can't be more than a 10-hour drive, 12-hour drive. Fatima wants to go to Hershey. Oh, Daryl's back. What did I say I wanted to ask Daryl? I can't remember. Oh, Girl Driver would like to go to Sesame Street. We'll come to M23 because Sonia's just like Oscar. It'll be just like you're on Sesame Street with Oscar the Grouch. Oh, when Daryl left, we were still in the parking lot. We've moved on. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there, folks, because it is after 9 o'clock. And Daryl's back, so now we can't talk about him. So, anyways, if you missed, Don and Charity did their first live stream tonight. Go back and watch the replay and set your notifications so that you get notified when they do their next one, because they're going to practice and we're all going to go and help them. And if somebody is missing their link, Sonia, drop their link in the chat if you don't mind. Who is the other Sonia? You're Elmo? Okay, well, we're going to leave the tickling to Jim. Anyways, I hope you were all entertained. Next week is going to be the Hall of Fame extravaganza, and that should be a lot of fun. Just take note of the time change. Hopefully you can all make it. It'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern, just because we will need the light. This light is not going to light up everybody. So for Dawn and Charity, can you drop their link in case somebody doesn't have it, so that we can get them going on live stream so they can have as much fun as this is? All right, guys. Thanks very much. Hopefully Sonia will drop a link. If not, I don't know. Look up the Young RVers. It's very easy to find them. Thanks, guys. Sonia will be on tomorrow night. And everybody is getting ready to leave on Saturday. We're leaving on Tuesday. Or I'm leaving on Tuesday. And we will see you next week from the road. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.